So what we're going to do is I'm just going to ask you to, for yourself, in your own mind, get really honest right now and just pick maybe 2-3 words of how you really are feeling. So we're not going to share that. We're just going to, that's for our own self-reflection. So how are you really feeling? Fabulous, great. So just kind of bank that somewhere, as I call it, like just remember those 3 words. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to invite you to just do a short mindfulness, probably no longer than 5 minutes. I'm coming back. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you in your house. So just close your eyes. And I'm going to ask you just to very gently just jiggle your back and settle down into whatever you're sitting in, into your chair. Beautiful, lovely. And I want you to really have a sense of your body right now. So starting from your feet. So just really noticing your feet on the floor, however they are. Just noticing them and traveling your attention, your awareness up through the calves, to the knees, to the thighs, to the front and the back, the stomach and the lower back, and then to the back, to the middle of the back, the upper back, your shoulders, your head and your neck. And just noticing that outline of your body, the edges of your body. And letting the body just settle, again, another level of settling into the space, into your chair, and really resting. Beautiful. So letting the weight of your body sink more into the chair. And noticing the support that's coming back from the chair. And the support from the earth. And so sometimes just remembering that. Just remembering that it can be as simple as just standing on the earth, being supported, and knowing that we're not alone in that. That the earth is here. In Chinese medicine, we call on the earth energy and the energies of the heavens. So the earth and the sky, and we are merely conductors. We're like batteries of power that live life. Lovely. And so slowly, slowly, again, not changing anything, but just bringing your attention closer into yourself. So just starting to notice your breath, how you're breathing. So really simply noticing where the breath is coming in, where the breath is going out. And so you could be breathing through the mouth, you could be breathing through the nose. If you wanted to fine-tune that, you could really notice where your breath first comes in. That point in the nose or the mouth where it first enters your body. And again, where the breath leaves the body. So again, just being curious to that. And not changing anything. Just, this is how I'm breathing right now. Sitting in this chair with all these other people. And this is what it means to be alive right now. Together and alone. Just simply sitting here breathing. Great. And so once again, taking the focus of your attention, if you were on your breath, just back to your feet on the ground. Noticing the outline, shape of your body. Again, maybe a very gentle, just jiggle of the back. Lovely, yeah, great. And then when you're ready, just very slowly, just opening your eyes and just notice the first thing that you see when you open your eyes, whatever that is. That looks so lovely. It's so lovely to watch all your faces. Okay, I think because of time, so normally if we had more time, I would ask you all how that was, but we've only got about 20 minutes. I think you're quite strict, aren't you, about the hour and stuff like that. So we will, should we do a little bit of self-shiatsu and maybe we'll have a little check-in conversation afterwards at the end. So take my glasses off. So what I think we'll do is we'll do some shiatsu on the face. But just before I go on to that, just to remember, so there was a little tool that you've all, and a skill that you've all just learnt or perhaps practiced again, because many of you may know it already. And it's in your box, it's in your toolbox for you now, just to use for whenever you like to. So often, I always say that the mind is a bit like a wild horse. You know, it takes us into all these different directions. But actually, a simple exercise like that, breath exercise, can bring us back to the present. So whether you're feeling really low or really anxious, it's a beautiful practice just to bring us back to the present time, to sort of say, okay, all that fun is happening in my head, as I call it, but actually, how can I be here right now? Just noticing where I am, noticing what's in front of me, noticing what's behind me. So keeping us in the present time. Great. So self-shiatsu, we're going to warm up our hands. So you're all going to rub your hands together. So this is, and people say, oh, energy, what's energy? It's really mysterious. And, you know, kids can do this, so it's fantastic. Energy is not mysterious at all. And what we're going to do is I put my hands together, and then I'm just going to gently twist my fingers, just like this. So all I'm doing simply is just warming my hands up. And our beautiful hands do so much work. We so need to pay attention to them. And now I'm just going to, finger by finger, just going to give it a gentle massage. Just one finger by one finger. So I'm on my index finger, just gently. What I'm doing is I'm pushing, pressing, and then pulling. So if you have sort of arthritis, it's really good. But do be careful if you do have joint pain. So I've done one hand, I'm going on to the second hand. So I'm on my thumb, I'm just pushing, pressing, and pulling at the same time. Beautiful, great. It's so weird not having people in the room with you. Great, lovely. So another rub. So can you feel your hands warming up? I can feel myself warming up. Can you feel your hands warming up? So that's what we call energy. You're simply becoming samurais. You're summoning the energy in your hands. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start. So this may feel a bit weird, but we're going to start by just putting both our hands together on our face. That's all we're going to do. All cover your face completely. Great. And then open your hands as if you're doing peekaboo. Lovely, great. So it's a bit like that. Yeah, exactly. Aggie's sticking her tongue out at me. It's a bit like that. It's a bit like I'm hidden away. It's a bit like being in lockdown, isn't it? We're like hidden away. And now it might be slowly time to come out. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to work around the different parts of the face. So we're going to use our thumb and our forefinger as a pinching motion. Lovely. And we're going to first just work the eyes. So this is great for headaches. So all I'm going to do is work from here, and I'm going to push, and I'm just going to show you, I'm going to work around my eyebrows. So I'm going to push and sort of pinch at the same time. And with shiatsu, don't think about it. Just do it, really. It's quite a natural body work. And then I'm working all the way around to the outside, to the edge of my eyes. So then I'm going to go back to the middle. So here in the middle, we have the points bladder 1, and then you go slightly further up and you have bladder 2. So really good for headaches, really good if your mind is clogged up, to clear it. It's good for anxiety, calming the mind. And then I'm just moving outwards over my eyebrows and the eye socket. I'm just pushing and pressing in. Great. So moving there. And start to notice if one or two spaces feel a bit more sensitive than the others. Do you ever take photos, Aggie?
You mean the photos of this Zoom meeting?
Of people doing the session, because it looks very funny.
Oh, okay. Well,
it looks really great.
I've never taken any pictures yet, but I'm happy to do it. But I think this meeting is recording, so we can then send it to everyone after the meeting, so people will be listening and doing this again.
Great. So we've got to the edge here. So now we're going to do the lower part of the eye. So again, we're going to start in the middle here. So again, be a little bit more sensitive. And all I'm doing is using my index finger, and I'm slowly just pushing in and then moving outwards and pushing in and upwards. So if you did this every day, I mean, if I told you that I was actually 110 years old, it's because I do this every day. So it keeps me really young looking. So I've gone back to the middle. So in and upwards a little bit more sensitively, because obviously you're at the lower part of your eye socket. Great, so we've done that a couple of times. And now we're going to use 3 of our fingers. Yeah, and we're just going to go here and we're just going to pull. So we're just going to pull out. So I'm putting my fingers to the edge and I'm just pulling out. Great. So it's just giving the eyes a bit of nourishment, especially because a lot of us are doing a lot more Zoom calls and they can be a bit intense after a while. And we're going to take that action with the 3 fingers, but we're going to change the direction. So I'm doing it now up my face and I'm moving towards the inner part. Great. So from here, just pushing up. Great. Lovely, good. I can see some other movements coming in from people as well, which is great because that's exactly what shiatsu is. And then we're going to go to the nose. So I'm going to alternate. So again, I'm going to use 2 fingers, my index finger and the middle finger, and I'm just going to alternate. So I'm just going to do one, yeah, lovely, and then the other side. So you're just pulling from the top. It's basically smoothing out your wrinkles. Great. Lovely. And then we're going to work what's called the stomach meridian. So we work the bladder points here. The stomach meridian starts directly under the eye. So if we just do a line straight down, and some of you might notice that it's more sensitive in one or two places. Often people notice that it's sensitive just under the cheekbones. So we're just going to work it all the way down. So this really helps to, again, calm anxiety, because it's the stomach meridian, funny enough, that gets really churned up when we're overthinking. And also, of course, it helps with digestion. So just working a straight line down. Beautiful, great. And then we'll work the jaw now. So again, just using the whole of your hands, just pinching, just gently pinching the jaw and working outwards up towards the ears. And again, jaws are incredible spaces where we hold so much tension. And it can be, you know, from an emotional place as well, where we're not saying things that we want to say, we're repressing our emotions, you know, that can all get locked up in the jaw. So again, up towards the ears. Great. And just outside the ears and below, so in this space here, I'd just like you to use your hands and just do some circles. So again, really on that jawbone here, just do some circles. Yeah, lovely, good. Oh, that is really nice. I did lose it a bit with my son yesterday, and I can feel it in my jaw. Great. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the ears. So we're going to start at the lower bottom part of the earlobes, and we're just going to gently pinch and just work around the outside of the ears. Yeah, and you might have to change the direction of your hands just to fit your ears. Great. And when you're at the top over here, just come back in the same direction, but the opposite way. So we're going down this time. So loads of points on the ears for addictions. So whether it's alcohol, heroin, or eating crisps, you know, it's really useful. So you could just do this. So going up and down, do that a couple of times. So I've gone up to the top and then I've come back down. Great, good. Then come back, just give your hands a rest, a little shake out. Okay, and then we're going to just rub them again. And then we're just going to brush up. So again, waking up. So then we're going to go back to the jaw, chin, and then brush up. So I'm kind of pushing and stretching. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, good. One more rub. So this time we're going to go down. So we're going to start at the top. So one hand on the other. Lovely. And then we're just going to push, gently push down this way. Down the face. So do that about 3-4 times. Great. And then come back and straighten your eyebrows out because they go all over the place. Lovely. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish off with a couple of minutes, just a 2-minute mindfulness again. So again, just to invite you all, if you feel okay, then to just close your eyes. If not, leave your eyes open. So just closing your eyes and just sitting, again, just noticing your body in the chair. So again, noticing the outline, the feet on the floor. So your calves, your knees, your thighs, your lower belly, the lower back. Really sitting in that space, that middle, we call it the hara, the tanden space, the middle space where it's the lower belly and the lower back. And then moving up your attention just to the spine, to the middle of the back, the upper back, the neck, the shoulders. And really letting the body drop just that little bit more. Really resting in the chair. And again, like we did earlier, just starting to fine-tune your attention into your breath. Just curious, how am I breathing right now? You're not changing, just noticing. And as a self-reflection, just thinking, am I breathing differently to earlier when I was doing this exercise? And so sitting here right now in the chair, just breathing. Alone and yet together. And what a precious thing this is. Beautiful. So to feel your feet on the ground again, the outline of your body. Just slowly open your eyes if you haven't already opened them. And welcome back, everybody. Really lovely to see you. So if we could all unmute ourselves, and I think again, just take a moment and just notice the words. So if you were to ask yourself that question again, how am I right now? Just what your 2, 3 words might be. And again, for yourself only, just notice that before and after.